Hey, what's up? It's Philip from Easy Unreal. Let me show you how to create this Canyon Valley environment. This is a beginner-friendly tutorial, so I think it will be easy to follow if you are new in Unreal Engine 5. Let's start. After you launch your Unreal Engine, go to Games, go to Third Person. You can go to First Person, doesn't matter. And let's type this Canyon and hit Create. And we are inside our Third Person template. If I hit Play, you can see that you can move over here. Okay, go Escape. And first of all, if you mess something up with the Unreal, I recommend going to Window over here and load a layout and click Default Editor Layout. This way we'll have the same layout so you can follow this tutorial easily. If you have problems with Unreal Engine and it's slow, go to Settings, and over here under Engine Scalability Settings you can change the scalability, view distance and so on. So if you have a slow computer, just click Low and you'll be just fine. Okay, we will not touch anything over here. We'll create a completely new level. Go File and click New Level. And over here we'll choose Basic. This comes with all the lighting, atmospheric fog and so on. So click Create. If I hit Play, you can play your new level. Unreal doesn't save your level automatically, so you need to go to File and click Save Current Level and just type in level 1. And your level will be available. If you hit Control Space, you will open this drawer and you will see your level over here. You can hide this with Control Space, show it, or you can dock it in Layout so you can have it handy all the time. So just click Dock in Layout and it will be over here. If you mess something up like this, or you go over here and you mess something up, don't forget Window, Load Layout, Default Editor Layout, and you'll be just fine. Just a quick tip: to move around the editor, hold down the right mouse button and use standard first-person shooter keys. To go up and down, use Q and A. And while doing this, scroll the mouse wheel up and down to speed up or slow down the camera. If you are far from the object, use F to focus. To move objects, press W key and use the arrows. To rotate, press E key. And to scale it, press R. All these options are available at the top right corner. You can check all these shortcuts and more in the description below. Unreal Engine comes with the basic plugins, but these plugins are not enabled by default. So we need to go to Edit, go to Plugins, and first we will type in Water and click this Water. Click Yes, and it will ask you to restart your Unreal Engine. You don't need to restart it yet. This water plugin will enable water on our level, so we can add our river. Now go to Landmass, click the Landmass plugin, again yes. Don't worry, this Landmass is connected with your water plugin, so we also need this Landmass plugin. Let's go next, we need to HDRI. With this HDRI backdrop plugin, we will able to add some HDRI from polyhaven.com. And everything is free, don't worry. And we will able to add some different lighting, so we will need that later, of course. And when you are done with adding all these plugins, just click Restart Now. Okay, we are back in Unreal Engine. We have this error. Don't worry, just go straight to the right side and click Add Entry to the default engine and click Clear, close everything, and we have our plugins enabled. So we don't see, I'm sorry, I will go over here, Dock in Layout, and we can see our level 1. Just double click it and we are in our level 1 with all the plugins enabled. Okay, the next step is that we need to add some assets and sort them out and create our level. To do that, we will go over this plus button over here and click Quixel Bridge. Okay, just move it and dock it up here. It says that we need to update. I will do this later. Make sure that you are logged in into your Quixel Bridge, and on the left side go to Collections and go to Environment and go to Natural, and over here we will use these Canyons of Utah. And if you want to check out my Arctic ice and snow tutorial, you can check out this. You can click over here on the card. Okay, we are in a Canyons of Utah, and if you scroll down, you can see that we have all necessary assets for our level. You can see that I have these green check marks. This means that I already downloaded these assets. I will show you how to do this. But first we need to add some canyon rocky ground. Let's type in, for example, over here ground, and you will see all the ground materials that we can use for our ground, of course. So to download your asset, select, for example, this canyon rocky ground. And down here you can see that says downloaded, but you will have this arrow that says download, but make sure to choose the highest quality. Or you can choose the, you can just click again to download, and you can see the downloading over here. And now you have this blue arrow. You can click export media quality or click over here add, and it will add this texture to your project. So just click it and it will send you back to your project. And you can see on the left side under Megascans, Unreal will create this folder for you. Go surfaces, canyon rocky ground, and we have our ground. But first of all, we need our landscape. To do that, go over here, selection, and click landscape. It's very easy to create landscape, don't worry. Make sure that this enable edit layers is selected. You can change this location to be 000. For some reason, this works nice. And just go hit create. And we have our landscape. Okay, we can go back to the selection tool or shift 1. On the right side, under the outliner, you can choose floor and delete it. We don't need that floor anymore. If I click play, we are now on our landscape. It doesn't look much, but let's change that. Click on the landscape in your outliner. Make sure it's selected, otherwise you won't get these options. Scroll down a bit and you can see this landscape material. So we need to add this to this. To do that, just drag and drop it, of course. And we have our material. If I click play, you can see it doesn't look good. It's repetitive and it's very small. So we need to make it a little bigger. To do that, double click on your material, and under tiling and offset, make sure to expand this so you can see X and Y. And you can type in 0.1. This means 0.1, or you can type 0.1. It's the same. Now it's bigger. And if I go to my level, you can see that it now looks better. But you can see, I don't know if you can see this grid is blinking. It's annoying. And to remove this grid, click show. And under this grid, just uncheck this and we have nice clean environment. Okay, if I click play, you can see that we have our material and we have our floor, which is nice. Cool, we have our floor. Now we need to add some cliffs and some stones and river. Okay, let's add some river first, and we will build our level around the river. And to do that, click on this green plus button and type in river and water body river. Just drag and drop it to the level. And after a few seconds, you can see the river. Okay, let me check it out, how big it is. Okay, let's make it a little bit smaller. To make sure to select this water body river, like this, go up here. And over here, select all spline points. Spline points are these points over here that you can move to change the shape of the river. So we need to select them all. And underwater over here, you can change the river width, for example, 1000. And we have our river. So let's add, for example, another spline point. You can do this by selecting the ending, holding the Alt, and moving out the river. For example, again, hold the Alt and move the river, hold the Alt and move the river, and we have our river. Okay, this looks pretty ugly. Don't forget to save if something goes wrong, file, and make sure to go over here and that says save all. This is important. Okay, I will undo this river. And if I click on the spline point, I can move it over here and change the river shape. And this looks nice. I will change the height of the river. And we have our river over here. If I right click and play from here, we can see our river. And we can't fall inside this river. We need to, do you remember that error that we got when we restarted our engine? So we just need to restart the engine so we can drop inside the river. I will do that later. It's not that important right now. Okay, let's add some cliffs, stones, and some grass. To do that, go back to your bridge. And over here on the Canyons of Utah, we can add this massive canyon. Easiest way to do this, you can download and wait for this and click export. But we want to add this nanite quality, and choose the nanite quality, and just drag and drop it to your level. Over here, for example, we have one cliff, and we can go to bridge and we can select another cliff. For example, this massive canyon. Make sure it's nanite, drag and drop. And you can see it will download while we are working, so we don't need to worry about it. You can see it's downloading now, but we still have our model. It's a low poly, but we can still work on our organization. Okay, let's use this huge canyon. And we can use another one, and it will be this one. And let's now sort these things out. For example, we'll use this one and move it. And we'll use a rotation tool to rotate this cliff. Over here on the right side, you can see enables or disables snapping objects to rotation grid. We will turn this off so we can, rotate smoothly. Okay, don't worry about this. It says that over here, preparing shaders, so it will come back soon. We will move this one like this. We will then move this one here. And we will move this over here. Okay, we can now move this over here like this. Okay. This one. And now just hold the Alt key and move this over here. You can rotate it. So we can make this faster. So just do it like this. And this one to be over here, and you can rotate this one over here, and it looks nice. Okay, let's check it out. If I hit play, okay, let's now duplicate the other side. Select the 4 of them. Again, hold the Alt key and move them here. Press E to rotate, or you can leave it like. Okay, we'll rotate. And now what you want to do is to select each one, and you know the drill, and design your level. Okay, I will now fast forward this process, and because it's all the same, and so we can move to the next step. Okay, I think this is fine. If I click play, we can see our level. So next thing is to check out if everything is fine. If I click G on my keyboard, you can remove all these selection boxes and so on. So hit G and see if everything fits to the ground. Okay, everything looks good. Now if I hit play from here, we can see that everything looks fine. We'll change the color of the water, of course, I forget that. So let's do this now. Select your, press again G, so you can see all your these controls. And select water body river. Go down under rendering section. And over here we can see water material. Double click it. And we go down that says absorption. Select absorption. Click over here and change the color, for example, to be a little bit brownish, and click OK. If I check it out, we can see that our river is now a little, it's brown. So we can turn this off, and we have our river that is that looks good. Okay, the next thing we want to do is to add some foliage, some herbs. And to do that, we go to bridge and scroll down, and over here we can see all kinds of herbs, plants. We can go with this wild grass. It's already downloaded. Okay, for this one, we want to select it. We can't just drag and drop it. It will not look good because we need to use the foliage tool. So select your herbs, your plants, and click export high quality. And you can see we have our herbs on the left side that says under Megascans, wild grass, 3D plants, wild grass. And now if I go to selection mode and I go to foliage, this foliage tool is used for painting your foliage, so we don't need to add one by one. It will take ages for this. So go to foliage tool and you can see if you scroll a little bit down that you can see all these foliages. So select the first one, go down, hold shift on your keyboard and select the last one. And now everything is selected. Or you can go, I think you can go with Control A and select everything. Faster and easier. And make sure to check this check mark. So it's a blue check mark so you can enable all these plants. So, and you have these balloons. So you just type and you will paint the herbs, plants. But it's a bit dense. So undo with Control Z. And scroll a bit down where you say density. So we will change this density to be 15. And now if I hit, you can see that our plants are still dense, so let's go with the 5. Okay, you can change the size of a paint brush. Up here, brush size, reduce it, so you can just paint on the edges of the river. It's very easy, don't worry if you mess something up, because we can easily fix these things, so you don't, you lose your energy on useless tasks. So like this is just the fast prototyping of your level. And now to remove, you can see that we have now our foliage on the river. So just hold the shift key and paint on the river, because it's easier to see where the river is, like this. And like this you can remove. And by the way, you can learn how to paint and how to delete the herbs from your level. Okay, just paint, remove, and so on. Paint, remove, and go back to the selection tool, right click and play from here. And we have some plants. Okay, our plants looking nice. Okay, we now add our stones and rocks. Go to bridge and scroll down until you see some canyon sandstone. Just drag and drop it to the level over here. Press R to scale it. Just scale it, drop it here, copy paste it, rotate so it doesn't look same. For example, like this. Oops. If you got this, this is very important. If you got this problem, you can see how you can move this on the level. You just click over here. This will cycle through a local and world orientation. So if I click over here, I can now move my stone in world orientation, which is good for me for this purpose. So I will now again hold Alt button and copy this over here, rotate it a bit, go to bridge, add another stone. Okay, type in boulder, and it will add and it will show the boulders. So we can add, for example, this. Drag and drop it to your level. Okay, move it over here, drop it here, make it bigger. Okay, like this. Over here like this. Okay, make it a little bit random. You can change the size. The procedure is similar with our clips, so I will fast forward, and all you need to do is to add boulders. So copy paste your existing boulders, sandstones and so on, and position it in your level. Okay, we have our boulders, and the next thing we want to do is to go to the landscape tool, and we go to sculpt, and we can see over here we will now raise the level of our landscape so we can make a smooth transition between the landscape and our hills, our cliffs. And to do that, select sculpt, tool strength, reduce the tool strength as you can see, brush size also to be smaller, and just paint on the edge, and we can make this a little bit nicer. If you're having some problems, you can always go back to selection tool, select your cliffs and move them a bit down so they can fit nicely into the ground. Okay, we have this, so let's go play from here. And if I move, you can press F11 to go to the full screen, and you can preview your level. Okay, it looks decent, but we need to make look a little bit better. So we can just use the whole this situation over here, select all these things and copy them over here, press R and, press R and make them huge. For example, like this. Make them, it's too big. Okay, to be like this, to be huge, and move them. For example, okay, now select the another part and Alt and copy it, press R and make it bigger and position them again over here. And if I now go to play from here, okay, we can see some hills on this side, and we need to add a little bit. We need to bring them closer. Okay, if you're tired of all the time clicking, you can select all these, for example, these 4 cliffs. Right click, go to level and click create packed level actor. Just click OK. And name this bulk of cliffs. Click enter, click save. And it will package this. So if you click it, it will always be selected. Okay, I missed this one. We don't need it. And it will always be packed as clips. You can see if you go to the content folder. Of course, if I delete everything, we can drag and drop. Okay, let's delete everything and test it out. Drag and drop these clips, and you can make it. You can make them bigger. And if you don't like them packed together, right click, level, break, and break level instances. Yes, and we will break them again so we can have the 3 of them. Very nice thing to do to save yourself time. Okay, let's check it out how this looks. I will click play from here. And it looks nicer. We can see these big cliffs over here and small cliffs over here. And we are moving through our level, and I think this is good. Okay, the next thing to do is to add some lighting to our level. To do that, we will just drag and drop post-process volume over here. Type in post and drag and drop this post-process volume. It doesn't matter where you drag and drop it, because if I focus it, this post-process volume is a cube. If you don't see it, press G on your keyboard and you can see the cube. This means that only what is inside this cube will be processed, will be changed. But we want to change the scene, we want to change everything in our level, not just it's inside the box. So select the post-process volume. Over here, type in infinite extent, unbound, make sure that's true. This will now affect the whole level. Let's save it, just in case. Okay, and now we will change the exposure. Exposure. If you want, so go to exposure here, metering mode to be manual, and change the exposure compensation to be, for example, 11. So you can change the exposure, or 12, or 13. Okay, I like 12. We can also add some bloom effect. Bloom, type in bloom method to be convolution. And over here, you can change the intensity of the bloom. Just add a little bit so our scene will be smoother. We are done with our post-process volume. Let's add now our HDRI lighting to make it a little bit more smoother. And to do that, we enabled our HDRI, so we don't need to worry about it. So go here and type in HDRI backdrop. Don't worry, select HDRI backdrop and make size to be 300 and move it a little bit down, like this, below your level. This will add some nice lighting to our scene. But we want to change the sky, we want to change our environment. So to do that, just go to the... Okay, I will open this in Chrome and move it here. Go to the Polyhaven, this website, and go to Assets, HDRIs, and type in Desert, for example, and you can see this Go Gap. Select it. I will go with 4K HDRI and click Download. And save it, for example, on your desktop. We can close this and go to Add button over here, click Import to Game, go to Desktop and choose our HDRI, click Open, and it will be shown over here. If you select your HDR backdrop, you can see under here, under HDRI backdrop, you can choose different environments, different themes. So we want our desert theme. Just drag and drop it over here. And with your add, you can see even we have some hills in the background. Now, if I hit play, you can see that our level is looking pretty nice, except this one too. But don't worry, we can always make this HDR backdrop larger, for example, 500, and move it a little bit down. And now, we have our lighting. If I turn off, you can see the difference in the lighting. Choose the lighting you prefer. For example, I will leave this HDR backdrop. And now we are going to click this exponential height fog. This is my favorite part because over here we are adding some nice fog. So select your exponential height fog. Over here, type in volumetric and enable volumetric fog. And you can see how nice now it looks. If I go extinction scale, I can increase this extinction scale so to make some nice dreamy effect over here. And if I click play, go here, press F11 to see it full screen. You can see how nice it looks right now. If you want to change direction of the light, I will go F11 in my editor so I can see it better. I hit Ctrl L on my keyboard and you can change the sun, for example, like this. Okay, it doesn't look good. I will change it over here. If I click play from here, you can see how our level looks like. And I think it looks just fine. We even had some God rays, if you can see it. For the sake of reality to drop inside the water, so all we need to do is to save everything and restart our engine. Okay, we're back in. Just click on the level 1, double click it to open it. Over here, click play from here, and you can see that we can go inside our water. And you can see that our foliage over here is inside the water, so we can fix that. Go to foliage mode, select everything, make sure to click it on, change the brush size again, and delete those unnecessary foliage that floats on the water like this. Okay, this is nice. So we are going to play it from here. And over here we have our level. And this is it. If you find this helpful, let me know in the comments below. And if you want, you can check my other tutorials on my channel. You can find it over there that everything is beginner friendly. And let me know how you like this tutorial. Let me know if you want more of these tutorials. And this is it. I will use this, this scene to make a YouTube thumbnail. For example, like this. This will be the thumbnail. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye-bye.